Hello guys, Razesk here, and let me say thank you ever so much for coming in and stopping at this video. Let me just take a moment out of your days to teach you guys a few little tips and tricks with flashes and smokes on DDoS 2. I'm thinking of making this into a series, so let me know, guys, know what you think down below, and yeah, let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so we'll start out with the most common one, is going over to long here. So a few flashes and smokes that I know, well, not know that, well, I do know, but here, let's get these words out, shall we? Right, so a few little tips and tricks for taking long with flashes and smokes, I will say, is the most common one that you see everyone doing is these flashes over here. Best way I find is to come over here and then throw it, pull out your other one and flash through there. Now, the first flash is easy enough to do, it's just a running throw here, which goes straight over, and that'll flash anyone coming down on the corner. This one is more so for people, because it goes further, it's more people pushing down long before they get to that corner that we so know. So it's the best thing you can really do is throw this flash as your teammate is coming through here. And as your teammate comes through here, he's going to want to look at this spot here, and as he's running, throw. And that'll go straight over and flash anyone in this area, which is pretty cool. And then if you've got a third person coming through, you can peek that corner and just take that guy down. Obviously you got to be careful of the pit, and yeah, so that'll probably flash the guy in pit. So if we can just check there, yep, that's got the guy in pit no matter where he's standing. It's just a little bit over his head, so you never know, but it's definitely going to get this guy 100%, so that's no worries there. You can take him out, easy kill, easy life. Another good tip is, once you're right here and you've established this area on long, is this smoke here. Now this smoke, in my opinion, is imperative to be thrown so that you can cross here, and also it actually covers you from any AWPer that's stood in this position here. He's going to have to come out and expose himself a bit more, and you can dump right in the face. So how to throw this smoke is just a simple aim at that wall, it'll go across, and it should pop just there. There is sometimes a little gap since the smoke update. It is very difficult to throw that smoke perfectly, but for the most part, reaction wise, if you're jumping across, you're going to make it across at the best of times. Another thing you can do is, just in case you want to cross, you can throw a flash just off this here, look away, and that will flash just there, so anyone just holding this area here, like so, is going to get flashed if they're holding this angle. If they're holding a bit tighter, they're not going to get flashed, so it's a little bit more difficult, but you should be able to make it across, no worries. Not the best flash, I know, but it's just a nice little nifty one to throw if you've got a spare one going. So once you've crossed up here, you've obviously got bomb site B. You've got to be careful with this guy here, the guy behind these boxes, and obviously in goose with the AWP. Not much you can do apart from try and outwin with the aim or get your own AWPer down in pit. It's going to be a lot easier if you hit the guy from pit than it's going to be for him to hit you, unless he's a really good shot. Okay, so if we're going up short now, if we're a terrorist and we're taking short. Now there's many ways you can throw flashes. You can throw it through here, over here. There's a little flash you can do that goes through there. I'm not entirely sure how you do that one, but I know there is one that you can just throw through there, and that'll flash just here. In my opinion, you can see them coming. They're not the best pop flashes that you can do, so the thing that I typically like to do is I like to stand on this edge here, come out a little bit, aim at the bottom of here, and what that'll do is it'll bounce off here, pop perfectly there, and you can get up close and personal with that potential AWPer. Now obviously this still leaves this little gay spot, this spot, and this spot, so what can you do here to give yourself that extra advantage? Well, the best thing I find is this little pop flash here, just as you get onto stairs. Okay, I fucked that flash up. You want to typically aim it just there. You want to be more of an angle, and what that'll do is, if we come over here, that's going to get the guy stood at goose. It's going to get the guy stood here. Obviously this is all going to be smoked off. Most importantly, it's going to get any guy stood here trying to throw you out, or it's also going to get the guy here. As you can see, it's popping in perfectly. Okay, and when you get to this car, so if you have a guy, which is in my opinion quite rare, I don't see why more people don't hold this angle here. Obviously, if you're doing a long push as well, then you're most likely going to get the guy. But if you know that they're not coming long, hold this angle, and you've got yourself a pretty decent flash. You can also throw the other flash in combination with it, which is most likely going to get that guy as well. So it's going to just give you that best advantage that you can to come and take a long. Let's see, what else have we got? Okay, so obviously, I don't know if they've changed this smoke or not. I'm not entirely sure, but obviously there's multiple smokes you can do here. There's one here that you can do. Just aim at the window. Just walk a little bit and throw. That's going to pop perfectly there. Now, one thing I will say about this smoke is just be wary, because they can see over the smoke. It just makes it a little bit harder if you're coming over to Xbox. So what they're going to do is, obviously, if they've got an AWP stood there, they can still spot you, but it just gives you that little bit of an extra advantage, and will slow their reaction time a little bit, and hopefully you can make it down. I would personally say that on DDoS 2B is the harder of the two sites to take, which is so many terrorists, if they can, they'll take B site and they'll typically win the round, because it's a difficult site to retake. Best thing I find you can do is, if you're coming in as a terrorist to try and take the site and give yourself that advantage, run along this wall and throw that flash there. That's going to flash just here, just on site. That's going to get everyone in this vicinity here and potentially here. Another good thing is, during the time it takes you to get to here and to here, you can throw a flash off this wall, come here, and that's going to get people more on the site. Now, during the time it's taking you to pop this guy, that guy's still going to be flashed, and that guy's going to be flashed. So you get an easy site take, bang bang. It allows you to cover more of your angles. Again, same again. You can also throw it in combination with this smoke off this wall, throw a flash, and it'll pop just in the flash. It makes it a lot more difficult to see, and yeah, allows you to take the site a lot easier. You've got B site, congratulations, you've won the round. Now, what do you do if you are a counter-terrorist? Okay, so we'll start out like we did originally, and we will go long. So what we're going to do, go over to long. And shall we say, if we're the A site player, so we're playing site, what we need to do is, best thing I find, obviously you've got your basic smoke that you can just simply throw like that. Happy days, you're going to smoke off short. Happy. So it's going to make it a lot more difficult for them to be pushing you. And also this gives you oh, I missed that hop. So yeah, it gives you a chance to push up here, catch any guys off guard, pushing through there. So what you can do is, if they're pushing a long, you can come over here and line up this smoke here, just here, and it's just a standing throw. Now what that'll do is that'll come over here, bounce off here, and land right in double doors. And that should pop just as your teammates get to the corner. Right through there in case of a push, and it just helps you bottleneck it down a bit more. A good flash to learn if you are, a good two flashes to learn, I would say, if you are the A long player, is to come into this corner, just behind this log, line up the top of there, stand, throw, and that'll pop just there. If they've already pushed out, say you're a little bit late to long, good flash to throw. If you make it to long on time, good flash to throw just as they get to door is through there, and that'll flash just there. And if you peek with the flash, like so, if you peek with the flash, like so, you can catch them off guard. A counter-terrorist, a terrorist, in fact, and you have this smoke down here. But you want to do a mid to B smoke. Well, a mid to B play. What you can do is, as you throw this smoke here, they're obviously going to be calling, oh, they're throwing mid to B smoke. So you can just come and throw this flash through here, flash your teammate or yourself through, and you've got yourself a pretty decent play. It's going to make this guy back off, and any guy that was playing out of this smoke retreat, because they know that you're pushing and they are flashed. Happy days. Obviously it's going to flash this guy if he's waiting here for you. Obviously with this sort of this flashbang, he's going to have enough time to turn away with it, so while he's turned, you can just peek the corner. Happy days, he's dead. Same again with this smoke here, they can see over it, so just be careful when you're actually running through, and always remember, Smokes aren't walls, they are spammable. You can shoot through them, and most likely they will. So always be sure just to be wary of that. When you're coming around this corner, it's always useful to just throw a little pop flash over, peek with it, and that's gonna peek on that corner. But obviously you just want to throw it over. Okay. So obviously you can come here. He's most likely retreated to back here, so if you wanted, you can just throw a little nade there, freak him out a little bit, come over, finish him off. So now you've got control of lower mid area. There's many things you can do. You've obviously got this area smoked, so they're going to have a lot of issues. And typically, if they are playing here, the smartest thing they could do is play here with an AWP and pick you off as you try and go through the door. Now, this was a mistake you've seen on my very first funny moments that I'd done, which I shouldn't have done, and I actually did get a little bit punished for it as I came through the door. I took a few hits, luckily managed to survive and get the bomb plant down. What they can do is spam there, so the best thing to do is as you're coming through, once you come through, ignore that door and come through window. Saves you getting spammed and looking like an idiot in the process. So you want to aim it roughly about there. So you want to be trying to hit this little corner here with the smoke. You don't want to be aiming there, you want to be aiming just below it so it'll bounce. And that should perfectly pop flash the guys that are chilling here and are like, oh no, I'm flashed. Right, so what you want to do, guys, with the Molotov, and there's always that one little annoying cunt sitting just here going well, actually not anymore, because what you guys can do is run into this corner just like so, aim just at this little crack here, underarm throw. So obviously you want to right click. If you don't know what the underarm throw is, right click, hold it down and jump throw. What that's going to do is Molotov that little douchebag that always sits there at the end of the game. Hey there guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, it would really mean a lot if you subscribed. I'd really appreciate it, thank you. And if